Hey, welcome back to the channel. How's it going? As you guys can tell by the title, Tesla sucks. Apparently, this is a thing now where there's so much talk about, Tesla and, how people perceive Tesla and how people perceive, what Tesla is. And there's article after article that shows up about this. And I see a lot of it on Twitter, like there's just tons and tons of comments that come in, with people talking about Tesla and how bad it is. And it's just incredible to me. But what makes this very interesting to me is I kind of go almost always in every comment section, in every one of those, pretty much everything I see where there's a comment with regards to Tesla. And I ask the same question almost exclusively. Actually, I think I ask it in every question, and that is, have you driven a Tesla? Have you actually gone to the point of getting inside of one? Have you sat in a Tesla? The funny thing is, most people will answer, by most I mean like 9 out of 10 will always answer, why would I want to do that? My thing is, how do you comment on something that you have no clue about? There's a reason that those of us who are owners, we drive these cars, we understand these cars, and we talk about these cars, not because we assume, not because we make assumptions about it or just regurgitate, what everyone else is thinking or saying. That being said, you don't have to like Tesla. I don't know why people keep having this mentality, like as if it's being forced on them. Listen, you don't have to like it. In fact, I keep telling people, in many ways, you shouldn't buy Teslas, depending on your job, depending on where you live, depending on what your hobbies are. Teslas may not be the best option for you. And so, no, nobody's pushing this stuff on you. Nobody's forcing you. Nobody's literally just, stuffing it in your face. Of course, this kind of takes a little bit of brains for people to figure out. But then, realistically, everybody has an opinion about every single darn thing. And when I see stuff like, well, Tesla sucks. Okay, fair enough. And if that's your feeling and that's what you feel like talking about and that's what your opinion is, great. Get inside of one. Sit in one. I said it multiple times in previous videos. All you really have to do is schedule a test drive, and once you schedule the test drive, you can go ahead and drive it. And then now when some smart ass like me comes along and says, hey, have you test driven the car, or have you ever been inside of one? At least you can say, yes, I have. I hated it. It doesn't do what I want it to do. Okay, now you are one of the few people that makes sense. Same thing with these boneheads writing articles. There are so many articles being written by so many people these days without ever getting, their butts in the damn seats. You see, we seem to live in a society where an opinion is based on a feeling, which is also based on popularity of what everyone else is thinking. Or is it? Well, you see, when it comes to Tesla, everybody wants a piece of the action, be it because they want to just talk about Tesla because it might, they want to be able to put it in their hashtag Tesla or at Tesla or whatever, just to get more views onto their articles or more views onto their videos or anything along those lines. The biggest issue here being that big majority of those people have no freaking clue what they're talking about. And you can see it. You can look at the actual facts, right? Talk to the people who genuinely drive these cars, who know what these cars are all about, because those people will give you some really darn good information. To me, it shocks me. It surprises me that these kind of things happen. And it probably shouldn't. Not in this day and age. It probably shouldn't, but it does. And the key reason it does has to do almost exclusively with people's mentality towards popularity, or towards I have to be part of this discussion regardless if I even want to be, as long as it's going to get me the views or it's going to make the article go viral or whatever it may be. That's not the way that facts work. That's not the way information is supposed to flow. It's one of the key reasons I hate social media to a big degree. And that's, I stay off of a lot of my Twitter account, Facebook. I hate Facebook, but basically all of those. I stay off of it mostly because I just see a bunch of regurgitated, idiotic things that are being said that are, it's just taking up people's time. You know, you're wasting your life reading half the stuff because I would say good majority of it is pure garbage. And it always takes that one person to start off something stupid, and everyone else just kind of follows and does it. It's weird. Tesla sucks. I hate when people say that. Now, if it's coming from people who genuinely understand the product and have actually gone to the point where they know what is involved in it and what happens with the company at large, and what happens with the cars, and what happens with everything as it's being put together. If it's coming from one of those people, I accept it. And in fact, a lot of times I get more interested. You know, if a Tesla owner says, or somebody who's driven these cars, if they are the ones that tell me Tesla sucks, I'm gonna get interested really quick, and I'm gonna want to find out why they think that, why they say that, what is it about their feeling of what makes them go down that path. It doesn't mean I think that they're wrong. I think they might just be right, and so I want to kind of figure that out and understand where are they coming from. And it's happened quite a few times. It's happened where I was at a supercharger, in fact, at this one, and as I was talking to one of the owners, he's like, you know what, I made a huge mistake. I never should have bought this car. It just doesn't fit my lifestyle. And then as we started talking, well, no, it didn't meet his lifestyle. He used to have the SUV that basically took him up to the mountains in the middle of nowhere. He used to carry jerry cans with him, and but by going to the Model Y, that was a huge mistake for him. And I even told him, like, that I understand where you're coming from. I mean, does that mean Tesla sucks, or does that mean that you necessarily didn't think about your decision? You kind of got caught up in the hype, or maybe you took it for a test drive. And sure enough, guess what? That's what it was. He took it for a test drive. He fell in love with the car. He made an impulse buy, and he's kind of stuck with it. Well, he had plenty of time, because apparently he had to wait for like a month and a half before his car showed up. So he had plenty of time to kind of figure out, wait a second, this is probably not the best for me. And the vehicles are not best for everybody. They're not good for everybody. For some people, it just doesn't work. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe never. But you got to think about it. Is the car the problem, or did you just make a bad decision? It could be both. Maybe the charging infrastructure isn't as big as it should be. Who knows? I don't know. But at least that's one I'm willing to listen to. I'm willing to discuss. And I honestly enjoy talking to those people. But reading this crap, careful what you read out there. There's a lot of crap going on. I talk about Teslas from a personal experience. I've test driven every model they have to date. I've talked about it from my perspective as a Tesla owner, and everything I tell you guys is from my perspective as a Tesla owner. And I think that's very important for a lot of people to kind of figure out. Don't just talk for the sake of talking. If you got information, great. Try and be helpful if you can be. But I said it before, and I'll say it again. No, Teslas by far are not for everyone. And for some people, it's actually the worst possible decision they're going to make. Any electric vehicle, for that matter. But if you've never driven one, you never even sat in one, and you're writing articles and you're talking crap about the company, you are nothing but a bonehead who decides to regurgitate some information that you may have read somewhere, written by some dude that's probably in the same position as you. You really want to put out some information and put your opinion out there? Go take it at the very least for a test drive. Get a feel for it. Say, okay, I don't like it. I took it for a test drive. I didn't like this. I didn't like that. Blah, blah, blah. And you know what? You'll be a heck of a lot more respected. It sucks when people do that. It sucks when there's too many people talking without testing. Just test things out, get the information, at the very least have a tiny bit of knowledge, and then you can talk about it. That's it. That's what I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers, so help me out here, and we'll chat later. If you have any questions about Teslas, feel free to ask in the comment section. Take it easy. Drive safe, everyone.